Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
I'm Paul Mates of the Redmen TV. I'm here with Adam from Time Devils and Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. We're looking ahead to the brand new Premier League campaign. We've also done videos on these guys' channels, so go and check them out. But we're going to talk a little bit about Liverpool. Boys, first and foremost, obviously we ran a close thing in the title race last season. I know, Adam, you have more experience of that than Robbie. Look, Liverpool were very much the surprise. Well, the positive surprise package of the Premier League.
I wouldn't say positive.
We'll use with the negative in an ascendant sense, whereas Man United went the other way. I mean, what did you make of Liverpool's campaign?
I'll try and speak from a neutral perspective before I've been biased. From a neutral perspective, it was a shock. If I'm being honest, I didn't expect Brendan Rodgers to get any side into the top two or top one or in a title race, to be honest. And yeah, I thought you played some fantastic football at times. And apart from your defence, which probably let you down in the title race, it was good to watch for Liverpool fans. But I've got to say, watching you crumble at the end there kind of made it feel all better for myself as well, as I just enjoyed the worst season of my life.
Yeah, that's something to take the edge off. Like, I mean, Robbie, what about you? Obviously, Liverpool cracked back into the top four and did run it as a close thing in the end. Is that the kind of? I mean, a lot of people are saying it's a flash in the pan now. I mean, do you fall in that camp?
I think Liverpool are back as a team, definitely. But I think losing Suarez is a major thing for.
Well, speaking as a fan of a club that loses big players all the time. But no, look, I mean.
Yeah, well, I hear that.
but it's obviously. I mean, look, speaking of both, it's obviously because we can come to Adam on this in a second. Like, but obviously, like losing Van Persie a couple of years ago was a big thing for Arsenal. What if you can look back on that? I mean, what was the approach that Arsenal took in response to that? You know, you brought in a number of players. Would you have done it differently? Should you have gone out and bought someone like you've done now with Sanchez? Should Liverpool basically go out there and splash 50-60 million on a replacement, or are you better off going around the team?
You know what? I just think it's hard. It's a very difficult thing to call, because when we lost Van Persie, we brought in like Podolski, we brought in Giroud. And it's just hard to replace a player that is already on the ground, running and scoring like 30 goals. With Van Persie, it was really difficult to replace him in just one season. You know, we saw it with Tottenham and Bale. They haven't been able to replace, and they bought loads of players. They haven't been able to. I think it will be similar for Liverpool. It's hard to replace a player that not just scores all those goals, but is already established there. He knows the league, he knows the players, he knows which defenders are going to try and take him out, or how to get, you know, it's hard, no matter how much money you've got, to really just instantly replace a player like that. So I just think that even if they bring in a good signing to replace him, that player's still going to need a season to, you know, unless it's an overnight sensation. Yeah. To replace him, so yeah, Sanchez would have been good for you guys.
Yeah, and as put out, you became a bit of a viral figure the other week on Liverpool social media with your Alexis Sanchez t-shirt.
I saw all the hate from Liverpool fans. I'm coming up to Anfield in camouflage.
We are the three biggest the three breakout stars of Vine from last year on the couch here. Adam, similarly, obviously United lost Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid, and you took the approach of, I think, bolstering the squad rather than looking for a straight replacement.
I think Manchester United, as much as the rivalry, are very much like Liverpool in the sense that when you bought Suarez or we bought Ronaldo, they weren't world stars. We very rarely, we just not long ago bought Van Persie, and sometimes we make signs like Berbatov or Varane, but we very rarely sign marquee players that are already world class. And I think that's what Liverpool will do. They'll just make another star or make someone else with potential become a star. Now that could take a year or two. In the short term impact for this season, I think it will be huge. Where are those 30-35 goals going to come from? Now, you can possibly see Sturridge getting an extra 5 if you can have another good season. Maybe Sterling get 10 or, you know, something like that. But I don't think you will replace all those goals, and I think your position in the league table will suffer for that.
I think the other thing, you know, my other thing on Liverpool, right, is that what I think Liverpool are going to find is that a lot of teams watched and studied Liverpool last year. They just came out of nowhere. They came with a style that I thought was really good to watch. They came, you know, they just came all guns blazing. I mean, they killed us when we came up to your place. So, although we beat you 2 times after that, including in the FA Cup, went on to win that. But you know, I think teams now are going to be, Liverpool's no longer going to be viewed like just, it's Liverpool. They're going to be looking like you. So
the template was set,
top scouts to take.
Chelsea set the template of how to get, you know, to do it, and Crystal Palace, to be fair, you know, it had a similar effect, and that was where Liverpool fell down. The aim for Liverpool, I suppose, is to find the goals elsewhere around the team, and find other ways of breaking down defences, and that's hopefully what we've bought with having more attacking midfield options, more creative options. Can I just ask, we're fast running out of time, boys. If you had to pick one Liverpool player that you're most sort of looking forward to, or perhaps most fearful of coming up against this season, start with you, Robbie, who would it be?
I'd have to say Sterling. You know, I really like him as a player. His pace, his speed, he's always going to be dangerous against any team. But I just think that he's the sort of player that teams are going to be looking at and say, right, we need to double team him. Because we saw the damage.
Nowhere near as filthy as it sounds.
It's going to be like, the team's going to be like, we saw the damage he did last year. So it's a bit like when Theo Walcott plays. We're going to have 2 guys on this guy to stop him. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on this season. But he is the player for me that is, and this new guy you got, Emre Can, looks decent as well. I think he, you know, if it's all about consistency, if he can hit it running, he looks a decent player.
Definitely. What about you, Adam?
The one I can't wait to come up to against is Gerrard, just for the chance. But I'd have to say the player that I like most, and I think could be key to whether you guys can recover from losing Suarez, is Coutinho.
Yeah.
I think him and Sterling were excellent against us first half at the weekend. But I think if you guys need to replace those goals, you need someone to create those goals, and Coutinho can be a big creative figure for Liverpool. So if he can pick up where he left off from and push on a little bit, he could be a key guy for you in this season. Absolutely.
Well, thanks very much, boys. And if you want to go over and give these lads shit on their own YouTube channels, by all means do. Go to Arsenal Fan TV and Full Time Devils. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you've got any thoughts on any of the things we've discussed, let me know in the comments section underneath as well. Anyway, I'm Paul Machin for Redmen TV, signing off. Ta-ra. And obviously we've seen that you've been playing a little bit of FIFA with Jose Enrique. Has he got the better of you, or are you better than him?
No, he's just trying. He's just asking me so many times just to give him some lessons, you know. So every time I'm free in the afternoon, I just give him some lessons to teach him how to play FIFA.